Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm back. This is episode 5 of the Moto Talk. For those of you who don't know me, I am Todd. I am a mostly retired, washed up dirt biker. Uh, I basically do this show every week to talk about the races, talk about the industry, if there's any crazy industry news. For the most part, I just kind of cover the results and make some predictions for the next race. So let's get into this. This past weekend was Tampa. Uh, Kind of the big news with Tampa, besides the track conditions being kind of wet because they had some rain. Um, uh, Dylan Ferrandis. From the last race, when he crashed, he suffered the concussion, and that caused the red flag race to happen, or red flag to happen. Then they did the staggered start, but with the concussion, he was evaluated on site, and then I guess they didn't release him to race because he wasn't there to race for Tampa. So I guess that's kind of how that went. And then I have the track map here for Tampa. It was an interesting track. I really liked the sand section. They called this the beach. It was crazy soft sand, and I don't know if they heard me talking about it or what, but I had been talking about, I get tired of these tracks having the sand section just in like one corner, and I wanted like a whole straightaway as a sand section, and this track had it. It was pretty wild. They'd come out of this corner right here, get some speed, hit this, first part of the sand section and jump their way into all of this, which was just super soft, deep, powdery sand. Kind of looked like it would be really fun to ride. I know I saw a lot of mistakes happen there. People were getting crossed all around, but for the most part, everybody made it through there pretty clean. That was really cool. I really hope more tracks put sand sections like that in. They're a lot more exciting than just a single corner. And it doesn't really show it on here, but later they moved or added sand, or they had put sand all the way into this corner, so this whole corner was super deep soft sand too. There's a different angle, come out to start, there's the whole shot, so step on, step off, double, single, maybe they were tripling into the corner. Big long whoop section, that's always good to see. That kind of separates the really really good riders from the just really good riders. Standard stadium triple right here. Another rhythm section. This dragon's back. Let's see if I can get a good angle of the dragon's back. Dragon's back, dragon's back, dragon's back. Does this one? No. This one kind of shows it right here. This is the dragon's back. I have a note in here for later. I noticed Hunter Lawrence doing a pretty crazy fast line through here. He was able to jump and kind of skip this last part of the dragon's back, which was faster, and that's how he was making up a lot of time on people. We'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, let's go ahead and do this. So my predictions I had made, I had predicted that Hunter Lawrence, I predicted that he would finish first, and he did. So, yay, I got a prediction right. But for second, I had Tom Vialle, or Vialli, or Valley, or however you say it. He finished sixth. And then for third, I had Jeremy Martin, and he finished fifth. But I got one of them correct, which I'm always happy if I can get at least one of my predictions right. But the overall for the night, we had Hunter Lawrence on top, Nate Thrasher in second. Nate had a really good ride. And then Max Anstey in third. A few notes here. In Heat 1, Nate Thrasher pulled the whole shot, led the whole race, and won, which was his first career win, or first career heat race win. That's a pretty good accomplishment. And Jordan Smith washed out in the second or third corner. I don't have a clip of that, but it's just a standard washout. And then there were quite a few crashes because the track was pretty wet. They had some rain during a little bit, I think, during qualifying, and then I know during the first, at least the first two heat races, and then I think later in the night too, it was raining some. But the track was pretty slippery and gnarly. And then I got this little clip. Whoops, wrong button. This little clip here. This has a bunch of stuff. Where is it? Oh, those guys got tangled up a bit there in the first corner. And then Jordan Smith washed out right here. So that's kind of what, I guess I did have a clip of it. Can I go back just a tiny bit? Is this going to show it? Kind of. I got to remember the slow-mo. Slow-mo. I went too far. That's okay. This, play speed, slow. Well, I did it too late, but he washes out in the corner. Pretty standard washout. And here, this guy loses it. Can't really see it that well. And nice jump into the sand section there. That's always good. That's faster. Blows past two guys in the same corner there. That's good. I want this pause. And then there's Nate Thrasher getting his first career heat race win. So good job, Nate. I'm going to leave the track map up in case I need to show anything on that. Then Heat 2, Hayden Deegan pulled the whole shot after he had a really wild crash in qualifying. The clip I have is it's kind of hard to see it. When he hits the jump, he gets kind of crooked in the air, kind of jumps a little bit off the side of the track. And when he lands in the tough blocks, it sends him into like a front flip, and he lands like fully on the back of his like head and neck and like upper back right on the concrete on the side of the track. Really gnarly crash. Let's see if I can get this to show. It's really hard to see, but he jumps off there and then boom, he lands really, oh, not quite far enough back. Not quite far enough back. Is it not gonna get me right where I want it? Right here. So he's landing like fully on his back. Down here, flips. He's flipping there. And then still like all this in the flip here. Can I do slow motion on these too? I can. Nice. Let's see if this works. So, boom. He got so lucky that he didn't get hurt. Let's see right here. So he's already crashing out. Boom. Lands right on like the back and like back of his head and neck. It's lucky he didn't get hurt. That was a gnarly, gnarly crash. But it didn't even slow him down because he pulled the whole shot in his heat race, led the whole race, and got his first career heat race win. So him and Nate Thrasher both ride for the same team and both got their first career heat race wins. 250 LCQ. There was just kind of some chaos in it. I do have a little video here. Boop, boop. So, yeah, it's just a whole bunch of little crashes everywhere. This guy is stuck under the bike. Can't get up. He's trying. This guy's trying to pick up his bike. Then he's like, "Oh, I got to get the other bike off of it first." Finally, some helpers come out here. We got a medic guy out here. We got a track worker out here to try to help. Another medic guy over here. And there's another crash back here. This one, there's a better angle of this one. I can actually prepare and slow this down now. Nice little limp going. So right here, this guy, he cuts down to come back to the inside, but these two lines come together here. Got 50 moving over, and this guy's moving over, and they just touch, and it just causes him to go down. Let's see. And then here's the T-bone. This was my next video clip, but I'll just play it from here. T-bone pass right here. This is so standard for the LCQs. This is their last chance to get into the main event. They will do anything. I used to ride like this. If I was still really racing like this, if I was in that situation, I'm taking the guy out. I'm going to do whatever I can to not crash, but also make it so he can't pass me. And a lot of times that means take them out. So right here, this guy is just dive bombing him. He's coming straight across, and he's going to come here. He's going to hit this little rut, and this guy's just going to boom, just straight T-bone him. Right, boom, T-bone him, bump him right off the track. Managed not to crash, and then looks back, and then over here, he's like, yeah, I beat you. You know, that guy had to roll the jump because he couldn't get enough speed. So that's a pretty standard move. I love to see it. I like the aggressive riding. I was known for a lot of aggressive riding when I was racing, and it's just the way I was, especially, you know, when sometimes it mattered, sometimes it didn't matter to be that aggressive. It's just kind of how I was. And I caused a lot of crashes. I crashed a lot doing it. But it was fun. You know, I liked banging bars. I liked being really aggressive like that. It made it more exciting. Okay, there's that. I can close that one. And 250 main. Got the results. Now this is the part where I need to... Where'd my mouse go? Boop. So I can... Over here. Come up here so we can see the results. So overall results, like I said before, Hunter Lawrence, Nate Thrasher, then Max Anstey. And again, Hayden Deegan, second fourth place finish of his career. Which, when you scroll down here for the overall season, it's got him in third place. That is amazing for a rookie season. All the best to the kid. I hope he just keeps it on two wheels and keeps battling like this. It'd be amazing to see where he can end up at the end of the season. So there's that. And I'm going to go ahead and close that for now. I lost my spot. There it is. So Jeremy Martin pulled the whole shot, followed closely by Deegan. But Nate Thrasher quickly passed for the lead. Pull it over here. So we've got, looks like that's Jeremy Martin, that's Nate Thrasher, and that's Deegan right there. And I think that's maybe not Kitchen. I don't know who 56 was or 59 was. Oh, Jeremy Smith. Jeremy Smith? No. Jordan Smith. So, pretty good battling here. Nobody got too crazy. Nobody crashed, which is pretty impressive. And then, we got, that was Jordan Smith. This didn't really show it, but when he came into the corner, he just buried the front end in the soft sand. So, oh, what the heck? Work. There we go. So yeah, Jordan Smith, it doesn't really show it right here, but he buries it in the sand corner right here. So that's why he's on the ground right there. He just came in. Sand is like they called it the beach. It is super soft. He got too much weight over the front of the bike, buried it in the sand. And then I'm actually going to play this video, which is the same video, just a little bit. Actually, I'm just going to play it through. It'll be better. There's a lot of excitement that happens in these. There's a bunch of notes here. Hunter passes Deegan in the sand turn. Looks like Deegan makes a little mistake. It's coming up. I'm not right at the right spot here. Let's see. We'll just watch and get to it.
So many guys pass you, so now you have to work so hard to get by so many riders. And it's crazy. Once you go
I'm just waiting for it to get to the spot. It wasn't set at the right clip. All right here. So this is Deegan. He messes up, and then Hunter passes both of them, and then Mosman gets him back, and then Hunter bumps him, and then Deegan gets him back. But it's just a good battle. I love to see it. And then here's I went a little bit too far back, but the next thing is Lawrence passes Mosman for third. I want to point out the leaderboard over here was screwed up for the whole race. They had these guys all over the place. But like right here, it shows Hunter Lawrence in fifth. He's in the next little clip. He's about to make the pass for third on Mosman. So the leaderboard was all screwed up. They need to really work on that. But he passes him with a pretty standard block pass. Bumped him a little bit. Took Mosman down. It wasn't dirty racing. It was just good, aggressive racing. Making the point of like, okay, here I am. Boom. Gone. But it's the next clip. It's that same corner too. Right here. Boom, just lightly touched him, and then he's gone. So that's pretty good. Okay, this part's a little hard to show. It doesn't hit the clip in just the right spot. But this is Hunter Lawrence passing. Oh, Max Anstey. Same corner as he passed Mosman. Very similar pass, which you don't really see. I think it shows a little bit later in this clip. That part I was talking about with the dragons back here, where Hunter Lawrence is going through here. He's hitting this one. Can everybody see that? Yeah, he's hitting this one. Jumps over the last part of the dragon's back, which was just so much faster. Sorry, I need to drink something. But that line was so much faster. Okay, back to the video clip. Right here, boom, passes him, blows by, he's gone. This is the last lap. Had a lot of lappers in the way. It's another thing. So right here, if we watch this bike right here, boom, 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 skips it and then lands. So it's kind of hard. Maybe I can enough ahead to get the win. That was a good battle right there. That was good, fairly clean. Still a block pass, but fairly clean, and really exciting to see such close racing. I always find where it's a battle like that right up to the end of the race, it's obviously more exciting. A lot of times, you know, your leader might get out there by 3-4 seconds, and it's not even an exciting race anymore. But that was good. It took him till the very last turn to make the pass for the win. Yeah. Okay. Now, so that was all the 250 stuff, and we're gonna move on to the 450s. My predictions were, again, correct with one of them, but wrong with two of them. I had predicted Eli Tomac was going to be on top. He just, you know, he had a bad race the week before, but I figured he could just put that behind him, get a good, finish again, be back on top where he should be. But he didn't. He got 5th place. Second place I got correct. Chase Sexton got second. And then third place I had put Jason Anderson. He got 6th. So I was off on Eli and Jason. I still think Eli, he just needs to focus or do something different. I'm not really sure what. But he's had a couple bad races now, and he just needs to put that behind him and get back on top. The actual results were Cooper Webb got first, Chase Sexton, and then Aaron Plessinger. Good job, AP, getting on top. Aaron Plessinger, not on top, but on third, getting a podium. Heat 1 notes for the 450s. The rain started to pick up again, made for adding some more moisture to the already wet track. Jason Anderson in Heat 1 pulled the whole shot, but instantly got passed by Cianciarulo. And then Anderson passed Cianciarulo in the whoops, just had more speed. I got the video clip here of the first pass and then the whoop pass.
To lean on, so they have to be very
I just get into watching this stuff. Yeah, they were all hitting every whoop going up the Dragon's back. And then I've got this one shows him passing him in the whoops. Huh, that was weird. So, right here, Anderson just faster through the whoops, got the inside and made the pass, and he was gone. Went on to win the heat race. Heat 2. Sexton pulled the whole shot. Joey Savacci went down. Anderson passes Tomac in the whoops and quickly starts pulling away. I did notice Carmichael making a comment that Tomac just didn't look right. The whole night he looked kind of off. I don't know. To me, it looked like he was riding kind of stiff. It's kind of hard to explain when you watch these guys ride a lot, like me, as a huge fan of the sport. You kind of see the style that these riders have. And Tomac is he's not like a flowy rider. Like Anderson's a pretty flowy rider. You see the bike moving underneath him. He's kind of moving around a lot. Tomac is pretty stationary, but it's also not stiff. It's really hard to explain. I noticed in watching it, it looked like Tomac seemed stiff, like he just wasn't comfortable the whole night. I'll close these videos so I can open this one. Boop, boop.
Conditions being slippery.
So here goes Plessinger right by him.
What a ride. What a drive through the whoops.
Here comes, I think Carmichael might talk about it here.
Using that leverage he has with those long legs.
So that what he's talking about there with the leverage, Aaron Plessinger is fairly tall rider. That just gives you more with your legs, more ability to like absorb some of the bumps. So like when you're going through a whoop section, you can take it with your knees and kind of like soak it up a little bit more. Then later, Barsha passed Roczen for the whoops or through the whoops. Barsha was blitzing across the whoops and Roczen was jumping through them. Blitzing the whoops is always going to be faster. And then Sexton went on to win the heat race by around 6 seconds, I heard him say. So that's a pretty big lead for a heat race. Joey Savacci didn't make it into the main straight through from the heat races, so he had to go on to the LCQ, which it was a really easy win for him. Once he got around Moran's, it was really easy for Savacci to just get the win. Nothing really to report too much on that. And then for the 450 main, I've got the results. I need to boop and then zoom. Cooper Webb, Chase Sexton, Aaron Plessinger. So that's the results. Some notes here. Let me actually go back to the track map. Turn the camera back on. Webb pulled the whole shot, got passed right away by Chase Sexton. Tomac got a bad start. I think that's part of the reason why he wasn't as far up as he should have been, really. But, you know, 7th place isn't a terrible start. I feel like if he had been feeling comfortable, he should have been able to pass his way up at least onto the podium. Anderson and Barsha came together in the corner after the long straightaway. Anderson made a bad decision there and tried to force the pass, but took himself out. There we go again. Anderson making Anderson mistakes. Anderson crashes. And then it looked like Cianciarulo went down in the whoops. I just saw it in as the camera was passing by, it looked like he went down in the whoops. Let's see, Cooper Webb. So, Cooper Webb. I'm going to talk about Cooper Webb for a little bit here. I'm not really a fan of Cooper Webb that much. He's a great rider. I think I've said it before. I got all the respect in the world for him. He's got way more talent than I do. I'm just not a huge fan of him. He's kind of boring, but he is one of the grittiest riders out there. And what I mean by that is he has the speed to be competitive, with the leaders, and he showed it at this race because he was, there the whole time, just far enough behind Sexton to kind of keep the pressure on him, and Sexton went down. He made the mistake in the whoops, and Cooper Webb passed him because of it. But that's something that Cooper Webb has, that ability. He can just be close enough, 1, 2, maybe 3 seconds behind, just close enough so that the person ahead of him knows, oh man, this guy's right behind me. He's breathing down my neck. It just puts that pressure. You're thinking about it all the time. And that's what happened, and Sexton made the mistake. So right here, well, Cooper Webb almost went down. Forgot about that, but that would have been the end of the race, but Sexton went down. Do they have... I wonder if they actually have the clip of the video. The clip of the video. No, the video clip.
Slippery, so
right here. Boom,
boom,
boom, boom. Down, and there goes Webb.
To your point. Watch right here. You see his front end. Boom, it starts
Darting, and bouncing. Got the huckabuck, and then he went down. And Cooper Webb went on to win that one. But that was kind of it for the 450 main. You know, good job, Cooper Webb, for just keeping that pressure on, and it forced Sexton into the mistake, like I said. Now, we are moving on to the next race, and the next race is Oakland. Yes, we are going back to the West Coast, I think for one round. Maybe it's 2 rounds. If you remember, Oakland got canceled earlier in the season. It was supposed to be the second race of the season, I think. Was it second or third? I think it was the second race. And it got canceled because it had been raining in Oakland all week. They couldn't even get the track built. So, yes, they skipped it. They postponed it, I should say. So, yes, we are going back to the West Coast portion of the championship. And let's bring up the standings just to remind ourselves of who's where. And we know. So, overall standings, 450s. Tomac in the lead. He's only leading by 2 points, which we can kind of see here. Can I make this smaller? So, there we go. We got Eli Tomac with 113 points. Chase Sexton with 111, and Cooper Webb with 109. That is a really close championship points battle. And we got Anderson, then Roxon. And in the 250s for the West Coast, we've got Jet Lawrence, Cameron McAdoo, and then RJ Hampshire. Jet Lawrence has a pretty good lead here, 16 points, and then RJ is right behind Cameron McAdoo with 17. So those two are pretty close. Jet Lawrence has a pretty good lead though. And then I'm gonna close that and close this, and I'm going to. Oh, the track doesn't show up now. Dang it! I was gonna bring the Oakland track back up. I can actually do that right here. This will take a second for it to load. Once I get it, I'll drag it over. It always takes this page a little bit of time to load. But here's the track for Oakland. It's kind of an interesting shaped track. I mean, they did that because it's a strange stadium. What I'm really going to be interested in is this is how the track is supposed to be built. A lot of times they will change it up a little bit, and I'm really curious as to what they're going to do with this section right here. This is very weird to me. Let's see. Do I have a good angle? This one? No. No, I don't have a very good angle of it, but they're going to be coming through here. It looks like they might double, maybe triple, and then on, off the tabletop. And then this section's weird, like double, 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 then triple. That just seems like a lot of doubles. Like it's going to be pretty slow through there. It'll be interesting to see what these guys come up with, if they kind of might try to, jump from like this portion over to here and then jump out. It's really going to be interesting to see what happens through here. For all I know, they could completely change this and make this a sand section or something. Another part of the track I want to point out as being kind of interesting. I think it's the first one we've seen this year. If I can find it. Right here. This thing right here. It's a little hard to see. Can I zoom in on this picture? No. Dang it. I can't zoom in on the picture. Well, this right here is what I've always called, and I think they'll probably still call it that. Oh, it did zoom in a little bit. They're going to call this a wall jump. So what's going to happen, they're going to hit the finish line. They're coming this way, probably double, triple. Maybe they'll triple, then double into the corner. Cut across the start straight, hit this turn, and this right here is going to be like almost vertical wall. Like it's not going to be so tall that you obviously can't ride over it. Obviously, you have to be able to ride over it. But it is going to be a really steep wall. And some guys, I've seen Barsha do it in the past. I've even seen Tomac do it in the past, where they come out of the corner and they'll just launch that and jump way out here to flat somewhere, which is really cool to see because you get launched way up in the air, but it's pretty hard on you. Yeah, these guys, their bikes got amazing suspension to soak all that up, but I've hit wall jumps like that where I've aired it out and landed to flat, and if you do that for your whole 20-minute race, that takes energy to just boom, soak that up every lap. So that's going to be kind of hard on them. A lot of guys will come out of the corner and kind of scrub this. So they'll go up, they'll lay the bike kind of crooked over, like laid out over that, and stay lower to the ground to get the power back down. So that's kind of interesting. I'm pretty sure that's the first wall jump we've seen this season. So I already showed the championship status or standings. Back in the West Coast, it's going to be kind of fun. I thought I saw that there might be some rain in the forecast. I don't know 100% about that, so don't quote me on it. And I made some predictions now that we're back in the West Coast. First place, I got Jet Lawrence, first place for the 250s. He got second back at the last 250 West race, but he's had a couple weeks off now. He's probably forgotten all about that. He's going to be back up on the top of the box. I'm predicting that Levi Kitchen, who won the last race, the Triple Crown, I'm predicting he's going to be in second. Like I said, he won the Triple Crown. I think he can hold on to that, momentum. He knows he can win now. So I think he can do it. I think he can at least, I don't think he can beat Jet outright, if Jet keeps it on two wheels. So I think Levi can get second. And then for third, I've got RJ Hampshire. He's third in the points, and he's got the speed to keep it there. Maybe he could get second, but I'm putting him at third. And for my third place pick, I'm going Aaron Plessinger. He got third at Tampa, and that is a big confidence boost for him. I think he can do it again. I'd really like to see him, battle his way up there. Of course you got to get a good start, but battle your way up there and, get that third place. Another thing I'm noticing right now, this is a little cut back, but that was all my predictions. I did want to talk about the track for Oakland a little bit more. They've got two whoop sections, so this will be kind of interesting too. They're going to come out of this corner, hit this double, come out of this corner. They got kind of a shorter whoop section right here, and then a dragon's back into this corner, which nice bull corner, and then a pretty long whoop section. I expect to see riders like Eli Tomac, Justin Barsha to be really fast through here. And I'd like to see Christian Craig. I'm a fanboy, what can I say? Christian Craig is one of the best in the whoops, and with two whoop sections, I would love to see him top 10. I think he got top 10 at Tampa. I'm not 100% sure about that. I guess I could pull up the results here if I can find them. 250 main. Where's my 450 main? 450 main. What did Christian Craig get? Christian Craig, 10th place. So you probably can't see that because it's zoomed in too far. Zoomed out, whatever. Christian Craig, 10th place. That's an improvement. I'd like to see him stay in the top 10 for the rest of the season. But that's all I've got for tonight. I will be back next week on Thursday. Probably, I have an appointment on Thursday, so it'll probably be a little bit later, maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock start time. But I will be back on Thursday to talk all about Oakland and make my predictions for the next race. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in a week.